Hi everyone, so I'm going to be talking about Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, it's actually been a while since I watched the other Mission Impossible movies, so I'm only going to be talking about Fallout and not comparing the movie to any of the others. So the storyline was pretty decent. This one goes for 2.5 hours, which I believe is the longest out of all of them. And so the storyline kind of balances with the main plot and kind of a subplot, as well as introducing new characters. So obviously you have Tom Cruise returns once again as Ethan Hunt, and he's fantastic in this role. I feel like he was born to play Ethan Hunt because he just loves doing these crazy stunts. I feel like Mission Impossible should be renamed Tom Cruise Does a Crazy Stunt. So basically, the huge takeaway from Mission Impossible is the amazing stunts that Tom Cruise does. So when I'm thinking about Fallout, I'm just thinking about these amazing stunts and kind of how they fit into the plot. So a lot of movies, when they throw in these crazy stunts, they just come out of nowhere. You're like, they're just doing it to show off. You don't really need them for this movie. But I feel like Mission Impossible actually does it so well that it does fit in the storyline. It does kind of make sense. Which may just sound like I'm biased because I enjoy the stunt so well. But there's just like where he's running across the building, he does crazy jumps. Like, it makes sense because he's chasing someone down. There's the helicopter scene, which is a bit dramatic. But we see that in the trailer and how it plays out. And I just feel like the stunts really work in the Mission Impossible movies. And they're not too overdone. They're not too Michael Bay explosion like they work the way they do the stunts, and the fact Tom Cruise is actually doing the stunts himself is fantastic. I have so much respect for Tom Cruise and what he does. So I absolutely enjoyed Mission Impossible Fallout for the stunts, for the action sequences. There is a fight scene that stands out that is so incredibly done. That's probably one of the best fight sequences that I've seen this year in movies. So you have Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill in a bathroom with another person, and it's just such an incredible fight sequence. And a lot of people have made jokes about Henry Cavill because he kind of does like the arm loading where he punches down before fighting, and it's just such a great scene. And it's easily one of my favorite fight sequences. So this movie has one of my favorite fight sequences. Some of my favorite stunts that I've seen this year. And that's just like two of the most basic things. Then you're getting to the storyline. So the storyline is enjoyable. Like most Mission Impossible movies, you have Ethan Hunt kind of doing this mission that he has taken upon, and then he's got the kind of those people against him, and then the government second guessing him. So like that hasn't changed. The storyline is basically what you've come to expect. There is kind of a twist in the movie that is kind of spoiled in the trailer, I suppose. So I feel like it would be a bigger thing if the trailer didn't show as much. But with saying that, it's still kind of unexpected. So the performance by Tom Cruise is fantastic, as you come to expect from his roles in the Mission Impossible movies, as well as his other roles. If you've seen him as Ethan Hunt, that hasn't changed. He's still this perfect character. So now you have Henry Cavill coming into the role, and he does an incredible job in this position. I'm still not used to that mustache, but he does incredibly well with the fight sequences and holding his own against Tom Cruise. And he can steal some of the scenes, which is kind of a really great job. Like, he can easily steal scenes from other movies he's in, like Justice League and Batman vs Superman. Like, he's going up against some pretty great people in those movies, and then you have him in this and he's holding his own. Of course you have the return of Simon Pegg's character, so he's still really enjoyable and brings some comic relief. You've got Vin Rames, who kind of does the same thing. Other returns is Rebecca Ferguson. Now, I actually really love her performances in the movie. I don't really remember too much of her character from the previous films, but I do really enjoy kind of the balance she brings, being such a strong female lead and kind of like challenging Ethan Hunt. You have Sean Harris as a return again. He was a villain in Rogue Nation, I think, or Ghost Protocol. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched the other ones, but he makes a great villain, and it's good to kind of see his return. The other people, I don't really want to speak too much of them because their position in the movie isn't as important or not as long, and kind of why they're in the movie is a bit spoilerish. But there's great performances in this film. Tom Cruise does a fantastic job. It was really great seeing Henry Cavill in the movie. Yeah. So basically, if you've seen the other Mission Impossible movies and you like them, you'll definitely like this. If you hate the Mission Impossible movies, obviously it's not something you'd want to see. But yes, I absolutely love the stunts. There's so many stunts he does in this one. Obviously, the standout is probably the helicopter scene because that is just absolutely crazy and something you can see just from the trailer alone. Yeah, I just absolutely love the stunts. I love the fight sequences, and it's probably going to make my top 10 just because of how brilliant that sequence alone was. Yeah, there's not much more I can say without repeating myself. The storyline is pretty decent. It's probably not the best storyline from all the Mission Impossible movies, but like I said, I haven't watched them all in a while. I honestly really want to rewatch all of them and then go see it again. But for now, it's a really decent storyline, but the stunts and fight sequences are always going to be the most standout. Tom Cruise is fantastic, and I'm not sure if this is going to be the last Mission Impossible movie or if they're going to keep making more. I feel like because Tom Cruise enjoys doing the stunts so much and he enjoys playing Ethan Hunt and the movies are still incredibly successful, they're still making a lot of money, they're still getting really good reviews from critics and audiences alike, they will still keep making the films. This is already number 6, so I wouldn't be surprised if they at least give us 7 and 8. I feel like ending at this film would still work because most series do end at 6, but Fast and Furious is obviously still going and I think they're going till 10. So Mission Impossible could do the same thing, and I feel like while the storyline might get tiresome, stunts and fight sequences rarely ever do. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye!